All right, Revolver fans, let's get real. That trusty wheelgun you're so proud of, it's not just a firearm, it's a full-on personality profile. You didn't just pick it, it picked you. Every time you grip that steel and feel the cylinder spin, you're revealing more about yourself than any personality test ever could. Forget ballistics and budget, that's surface-level stuff. Your revolver is your subconscious in 6 shots or less. So holster your ego because we're about to pull the trigger on some uncomfortable truths, ready to find out what your favorite sidearm says about you. Let's spin the cylinder and find out. Ruger LCR. LCR owners, you're walking paradoxes with triggers. You desperately wanted a revolver for that traditional feel, but couldn't quite let go of modern innovations. That polymer frame wasn't just a weight consideration, it was your soul crying out, "I contain multitudes." You're the type who orders craft bourbon but mixes it with artisanal soda. Your bookshelves contain both leather-bound classics and e-readers loaded with sci-fi. When you explain your LCR's butter-smooth trigger pull to uninterested bystanders at the range, you're really explaining yourself, a blend of old-school values and progressive thinking. Your holster costs nearly as much as the gun because you believe in protecting your contradictions with premium materials. The LCR isn't just your concealed carry, it's your personality, hidden but ready to reveal itself when the moment calls for authenticity. Colt King Cobra. When you purchased that King Cobra, you weren't buying a firearm, you were investing in resurrection mythology. Your gun cabinet is a revival tent, and you're the preacher of second chances. The fact that you paid premium prices for a name that disappeared and reappeared speaks volumes about your belief systems. You've created elaborate backstories about your connection to the original Cobras, despite being born years after their heyday. Your Instagram features that snake gun photographed against vintage vinyl records you rarely play. During conversations, you casually drop phrases like classic craftsmanship and mechanical heritage while checking to see if anyone's impressed. Every scratch on your King Cobra isn't damage, it's character development in your narrative. Deep down, you're not just shooting targets, you're firing rounds through time itself, connecting with a romanticized past while conveniently forgetting that your revolver is younger than your smartphone. Colt Python. Python owners don't just have firearms, they have love affairs with machined metal. Your Python isn't stored in a safe, it rests on a velvet pillow. You've memorized your serial number like others memorize anniversaries, and you discuss pre-1975 versus post-1975 manufacturing techniques with disturbing passion. Family dinners have been interrupted by your monologues on hand-polished internal parts. Your phone contains more photos of your Python than of your children, each one captured in different lighting to accentuate that royal blue finish. You've developed a specific cleaning ritual involving chamois cloth and specialized oils imported from countries you can't locate on a map. The irony of your relationship with this revolver is that you rarely shoot it. Firing would risk microscopic wear that might diminish its perceived value. Instead, you cradle it while watching Western marathons, occasionally whispering they don't make them like you anymore, while your spouse pretends not to notice this bizarre gunmetal courtship. Taurus Judge. Judge owners live in a world of what-ifs that normal people can't begin to comprehend. Your brain constantly cycles through unlikely emergencies where only a firearm that shoots both 4 10-shot shells and 45 Colt could possibly save the day. You've practiced your explanation about this versatility so many times it's become your version of small talk. Snake problem? I'm prepared. Home invasion? Covered. Zombie raccoons? Not on my property. Your friends have stopped asking about your weekend plans because the answer invariably includes a detailed description of your latest improbable defensive scenario. You own multiple types of exotic ammunition that you rotate based on lunar cycles and weather patterns. The Judge isn't your concealed carry, it's your conversation starter, apocalypse solution, and personality substitute, all wrapped in one impractical package. Every time someone at the range asks to try it, you smile like a proud parent watching their child's piano recital. The painful recoil and mediocre accuracy don't bother you. They're small prices to pay for being ready when the snake-wielding muggers finally attack. Smith & Wesson Model 629. The 629 enthusiast didn't choose the 44 Magnum Life. The 44 Magnum Life chose them after too many late-night Clint Eastwood marathons. Your wrists secretly hate you, but your ego won't let you downsize to something reasonable. Range sessions for you aren't about marksmanship. They're performances where you're both the star and the sound effects department. You've practiced your "Do you feel lucky?" speech in bathroom mirrors across 3 different residences. Conversations with you inevitably lead to discussion of stopping power even when the original topic was garden fertilizer. Your truck has at least one sticker referencing either wolves or sheepdog mentality. Despite living in an apartment complex where the most dangerous creature is the neighbor's Yorkie, you insist this cannon is your wilderness protection. Deep down, you know the 629 is excessive, but the surge of attention you receive when that first thunderous round goes downrange provides the validation your therapist has been trying to help you find through healthier means. Ruger Red Hawk. Red Hawk owners have spreadsheets for their spreadsheets and precisely maintain their checkbook balances. You didn't want the flashy reputation of a Smith & Wesson, but still needed everyone to know you're serious about ballistic performance. Your wardrobe contains 7 nearly identical flannel shirts that you consider completely different. You calculate your hand-loading costs to the 3rd decimal place and have strong opinions about powder measurements that you share without solicitation. Your friends describe you as reliable but intense, which is exactly how you described your Red Hawk in that forum post that received no responses. You maintain the same haircut you've had since college because it works, so why change it? When someone asks why you need such a powerful revolver, you launch into a 15-minute dissertation on energy transfer and terminal ballistics while they desperately seek escape routes. The Red Hawk is your philosophy built into a frame. Overbuilt, underappreciated, and absolutely determined to outlast everything around it. Smith & Wesson Model 686. The 686 owner treats their revolver like Victorian-era nobility treated their pocket watches, with reverence bordering on religious devotion. You clean this stainless beauty more frequently than strictly necessary, addressing it by name during the process. You've studied the historical timeline of the L-frame development and can spot minute differences between production years at 20 paces. Your personality centers around controlled precision with occasional bursts of dramatic flair. When your buddy with the polymer striker-fired pistol dumps a magazine before you finished your 6 rounds, you don't feel outgunned. You feel superior in your disciplined approach. You own a custom leather holster that rarely sees use because carrying your 686 might expose it to the elements. You've definitely practiced your quick draw in private, complete with squinted eyes and dramatic one-liners. Each time you place your 686 on the range bench, you position it just so, silently inviting admiration while pretending not to notice the attention. This isn't just target practice, it's communion with ballistic perfection. Colt Single Action Army. SAA carriers aren't firearm owners. They're historical reenactors who happen to be armed. Your gun collection is merely an extension of your frontier fantasies and cowboy cosplay ambitions. You've invested in period-appropriate leather holsters, boots with unnecessarily pointy toes, and a hat that costs more than your first car. The words varmint, yellow belly, and rustler have unironically left your lips during casual conversation. Your loading ritual is performed with ceremonial reverence. 1 round, skip 1, 4 more, ease the hammer down, while mentally transporting yourself to Tombstone circa 1881. You've suffered minor injuries attempting to twirl your SAA, but told no one, silently nursing both your wounded finger and pride. Half your YouTube history consists of Western movie quick draw scenes and gun reviews from mustachioed men who speak with equal reverence. Your family has vetoed your request to remodel the basement into a saloon, but that hasn't stopped you from pricing bar furniture and player pianos. The SAA is your time machine to an era that existed more in Hollywood imagination than historical reality. Smith & Wesson Model 10. Model 10 enthusiasts aren't just gun owners, they're guardians of practical tradition. Your revolver likely came to you through inheritance or from that police department surplus sale where you stood in line for 3 hours. You still write checks at supermarkets, own a landline phone just in case, and can explain in excruciating detail why mechanical watches are superior to digital ones. You believe firmly that modern policing went downhill when departments switched from revolvers to semi-autos and have shared this opinion at least 3 family gatherings. Your gun cleaning kit contains products with packaging designs unchanged since the Truman administration. When younger shooters bring their tactical wonder guns to the range, you smile knowingly before outperforming them with your outdated 6-shooter. The Model 10 isn't your hobby, it's verification that your resistance to change has been correct all along. You clean it with the same handkerchief your grandfather used, and you've never seen the need for fancy gun oils when this has worked fine for decades. In your worldview, reliability trumps innovation, tradition outranks trends, and 6 well-placed rounds solve most problems human nature can create. Ruger SP-101. SP-101 carriers have found the Goldilocks zone of wheel guns. Not too big, not too small, with just enough punch to handle business without unnecessary drama. Your entire personality is similarly calibrated for optimal performance across various scenarios. Your EDC setup reflects months of research, trial and error, and gradual refinement. You use phrases like balance of power and concealment, and 5 rounds of certainty beats 15 maybes with absolute conviction. Your nightstand has a permanent ring where you set your SP-101 each night, and your significant other has stopped commenting on the weight difference when borrowing your jacket. You've practiced your reload until it's smoother than your dating game, which isn't saying much. The SP-101 is built like a tank, and you mention this durability to new acquaintances with suspicious frequency. Your workspace, vehicle, and home reflect the same philosophy as your revolver choice. Compact efficiency with no wasted space, built to withstand daily abuse without complaint. You've definitely practiced drawing from concealment in your bedroom mirror, complete with whispered one-liners that would mortify you if overheard. Taurus Tracker. Tracker owners are the practical middle grounders of the revolver world. You wanted serious firepower without the serious price tag, and you've justified this decision so many times that your defense has become smoother than your trigger pull. Your life philosophy centers around finding the sweet spot between cost and performance in everything from your mid-range sedan to your good-enough power tools. When gun shop employees suggest pricier alternatives, you smile knowingly, having already calculated the cost per round of your range sessions compared to those Smith & Wesson owners. You've memorized favorable review quotes about your tracker and deploy them strategically in conversations with more expensive wheel gun carriers. The phrase, "just as good as," frequently leaves your lips, followed by naming revolvers costing twice as much. Deep down, you occasionally wonder if you should have saved longer for that Smith, but then you remember the 3 extra boxes of ammo you bought with the difference and feel vindicated. The Tracker isn't just your firearm, it's your philosophical approach to life embodied in stainless steel. Good enough is perfectly good enough. Smith & Wesson Model 642. The 642 carrier has made peace with discomfort in exchange for convenience. This little aluminum alloy snubby isn't your favorite gun, it's your necessary evil, like dental floss or tax filing. Your personality revolves around pragmatic paranoia with a fashion-conscious edge. The 642 stays hidden in places other guns simply can't go, giving you smug security despite limiting yourself to 5 painful rounds. You've developed calluses on your shooting hand that you secretly regard as badges of honor. When someone asks if it's difficult to shoot accurately, you lie convincingly while remembering that flinch-inducing range session last Tuesday. Your pocket draw has been practiced extensively in the privacy of your bedroom, despite never requiring this skill in real life. The 642 represents your approach to personal security. Uncomfortable, but necessary, like annual physical exams or awkward conversations with in-laws. This isn't the gun you love, it's the gun you need, carried with the resignation of someone who understands that life's most important tools aren't always the most pleasant to use. And there you have it, a chamber-by-chamber look at what your revolver says about you, Whether it's a snub nose or a full-frame beast, your choice reveals more than just taste. It hints at your mindset, your vibe, maybe even your delusions. In a world chasing high capacity, you chose character. Did I miss your favorite wheelgun? Drop it in the comments. If I nailed your profile, hit that like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more brutally honest takes on your firearms and your soul. Until next time, keep that cylinder spinning and those life choices interesting.